I know this may seem hard to believe given the halo behind me, but I wasn't always this angelic in life. In fact, in fifth grade, I was pretty unangelic. I gave my teacher, Mrs. Kilpatrick, a run for her money. I had to stay in a lot of recesses because of the trouble I had gotten into. Years later, when I was ordained to the priesthood in the Roman Catholic Church, I ran into my second grade reading teacher, Mrs. Eckroth, and she told me that she had told Mrs. Kilpatrick that I had become a priest, and Mrs. Kilpatrick's first response was laughter. She laughed, but then she said to Mrs. Eckroth, she said, he always did have a spirit to him, and if that was guided in a good direction, I had no doubt he could do good things in life. I feel badly that I gave Mrs. Kilpatrick such a hard time in fifth grade. She was a wonderful teacher, committed to all of her students. I always felt cared for immensely by her, even with the consequences that I well deserved. Maybe what made her such a wonderful teacher, among many qualities, was her ability to see promise, even in the midst of trouble. In Psalm 119, verse 50, the psalmist sings of that same gift, of being able to find promise in the midst of trouble and the comfort that brings. And then that is a holy invitation for all of us to pause and pray today, reflecting on how we've come to experience that same gift in our life, of finding promise in the midst of trouble. And maybe we find that in those people who are able to see things in us, a spirit of resilience or strength or creativity like Mrs. Kilpatrick that we weren't able to see in ourselves. Or maybe it came from just a deep down sense of inner peace that everything was going to be okay, even if the waters were pretty troubled that we were swimming in. And all of it is gift that somehow finds its way deep into our lives, even in the midst of trouble. God's peace and blessings to you all.